What's up, everybody? It's Prophet Fear here, and today I'm gonna do a full body, full push workout commentary because apparently people like these, and I haven't done them in a while. And I was supposed to do this like a month ago, but I didn't. So I'm gonna do it today. I'm gonna do a workout from like a couple weeks ago. I'm gonna go through it. All right. First exercise: incline dumbbell press. So as you can see, I'm using the 80s with the full range of motion, right? Like bringing the dumbbell lower than my chest, bringing my hand lower than my chest. And as you can see, the reps are flying up so far. This is a pretty steep incline relative to the shit that I see some people do. It's like that rep was hard, but relatively speaking, you know, when you do dumbbell presses and you don't go all the way down, well, let's say hypothetically, you do a dumbbell press and you bring it to your chest on any angle, flat, incline. When you do that, you decrease the range of motion, the vertical range of motion, because you touched your chest, so that decreases the range of motion. But also, you decrease the range of motion on the chest because the chest doesn't move up, up, down. The chest moves out, in, horizontally. Get it? So when you bench like this, it's kind of stupid if your goal is to build your chest. It's good for ego lifting, for people who want to pretend that they're stronger than they really are. But if you want to build a big chest, you got to do what I do. You got to come out here, flare out, get it low, right? That's how I do it. And that's how I do my incline presses. I think this is the ideal way to do them for bodybuilding. I'm actually going to do some of these right now after I'm done with this video. Anyway, moving on. So we did the incline. Now we're gonna do the flat dumbbell press, and I do them super range of motion, right? Let's see. Yeah. So as you can see, you actually can't see it, but I'm bringing the dumbbells out wide like this, and I'm internally rotating and getting my hand lower than my chest. This is way harder than a regular dumbbell press. I don't see the utility in a regular dumbbell press. When I do these, I actually come out like this, right? And my elbows come back and then they come in like that. And 75s were a lot with this variation, right? Let's just look at it. Yeah, at the bottom, my elbows are actually behind the dumbbell. Puts more tension on the chest that way. Much harder to lift that way, but it hits the chest better that way. My shit gets ripped up from these. Matter of fact, I have to do these too once I finish this video. 60 pounds each arm. Sounds pretty good, right? Rep it out. Yeah, apparently people thought that I was doing flat dumbbell presses when I posted this, which is kind of stupid because I just posted myself lifting the 80s with also very large range of motion. So anybody that actually thought I lifted 75 pounds for six on a flat dumbbell press, they're kind of slow, if you know what I mean. But anyway, this is a good exercise. No one does it like this, coming out like that, flaring, or internally rotating like that. It's a very unique style. I prefer it. You don't need to lift heavy. I think heavy dumbbell presses, especially flat, don't make sense. Like, why even bother picking up heavy dumbbells in the first place? Especially if you're somebody who just like bounces them off your gut and your chest, and you don't even use your chest. You bounce off your chest, but you don't really use your chest. Get it? I think that's stupid. Anyway, let's continue to the triceps. The chest stuff is done. That's it. Incline flat. That's it. So moving on to the tricep work, these incline Tate presses have stalled out on me very quickly. I started too high with this angle, trying to leap off the angle that I did before using the same weights reps. Should have probably started a little lighter than this, but whatever. I repeated the same weight like 3 weeks in a row. So that's 65 pounds on a Tate press. Pretty good. Right now I'm doing tape presses a little differently, a little more flared, slower eccentrics. They're working out so far, you know. These are all right. They're okay, but progressing on them was getting really hard, especially when you're rest pausing like that. But I got pretty strong at them while I did them. Now they're taking the back burner, you know. One of these days I'll get back to them. Maybe I'll lift the 80s. Who knows? That'd be hilarious, right? Incline tape pressing the 80s. Oh, it's so weak, right? It's really weak, weak as fuck. Anyway, time to do the other exercise. So moving on to the incline tricep extensions. I do them a little differently. I like to get to the top of the seat so that way I can kind of open up my serratus. My serratus actually gets sore from these. It gets stretched, it gets sore, and I do a lot of shoulder flexion at the top, right? And then as I come up and use my triceps, I also extend the shoulder. They have good synergy, right? It helps with lifting the weight and keeping the shoulders in a comfortable position, you know. These are pretty good. Most people actually avoid going somewhat heavy on tricep extensions, which is okay, I guess. But I would hypothesize that an exercise like this, where you get a lot of stretch and it's somewhat easy to overload, would probably be one of your best bets for overall tricep development because you get a big stretch right here, right? And then boom, go up. Nobody does them though. They're alright. I like them. They're not too bad. But that's chest and triceps done. Let's get to the bicep stuff. Okay, so for these, there was a technical mishap. These dumbbells are really wide and they take up a lot of space and they're clunky, especially with somebody like me who has thick, like really thick thighs, like, you know, wide hips, right? It makes it harder because I have to arc around my body to get them into the top position, which, you know, takes me out of the straight line that I'm supposed to have. But I still got 7 reps with 55 pounds, and they were pretty easy, right? Full lockout all the way to the top. Boom. These are easy, trivial. Now I'm lifting like 40s, 45 pounds today, I think, for higher reps, higher angle too. See, you see that? Did you see that? So this dumbbell hit hit my thigh, right? Boom, you see that, right? It just hits it. And what's funny is this dumbbell didn't hit it, and it was going up. So for any doubters, if one of the dumbbells was still coming up without assistance, which also didn't get hit, I'm pretty sure this dumbbell would have gone up too. Now it's okay, like it is kind of awkward, but it's okay to do that. It's a mistake, you know, technical mishap, fix it with a technical mishap. Totally fair. Like, you know, no harm, no foul. Anyway, 55 for 7 on the incline, full extension, everything, easy stuff. Massive biceps. You seeing this shit? Like, are you seeing? Boom, like all of this vein and everything. Very good development. Anyway, other exercise. So for the final bicep exercise, we're doing spider curls because, oh, and by the way, in case you didn't notice, I haven't switched benches at all. I've been on the same bench for the last 6 exercises on one bench. And today, we're going to do the same thing. 6 exercises, one bench. It's insane, really. You think it would make it easier, but it gets tiresome just being on this one bench. And these spider curls, they're going along really well. Right now I'm doing them higher reps than this. Even though this looks light, I'm doing even higher reps than this right now. I think 30 pounds. Maybe I'll be back at 35 in no time, actually. Anyway, you guys seeing this crook in my biceps? Wow, like, it's actually it's fun to have big biceps. No one ever does bicep curls. Like, they don't care, and that's why they don't have these, boom, these things. I'm glad to have these things. Some people would prefer to have a gut, bench press, whatever. I'd rather be jacked, personally. Personally, I'd rather be jacked, okay? My opinion. So anyway, these are great. You get to slightly focus more on the contraction, but the stretch is always more important than the contraction for building muscle, pretty much all the time. So like, you still want to get the full extension and stretch. That's what I do. You got to adjust your body to get it. But moving on to the final exercise. Well, actually, it's only one of the last two. There's so much of them. Let's go. So here we are doing some calf raises seated, and yeah, here's something for all the people who don't train their calves and then say stupid shit like, it's all genetics, like they don't grow anyway. Oh, they don't grow? Really? Maybe you're the one who doesn't know how to grow muscle, if you know what I mean. Maybe it's your problem, maybe it's a personal problem. I haven't had any difficulty growing my calves. I mean, some clown who doesn't even lift, for example, would say, "Oh, chicken legs," or some stupid shit, which is like hilarious when you look at my physique, right? And my biceps are bigger than they were last year. So how does that work? First of all, those people are stupid, but also I did grow my biceps, and they were significantly smaller and looked less developed than they do now. So what happened there? And I don't do all that stupid high volume 6 days a week calf training, high frequency. You got to do many sets. I train it like every other muscle. I train it like my chest, like my biceps, like same, similar rep ranges too. Right. So as far as I am concerned, all of this talk about bicep calves not growing and this and that is all cope. Laziness, people who don't know how to use the full range of motion. That's what pisses me off. People do calf raises or calf extensions. They never go into the full stretch position. They always bounce the fucking weight. They have no clue how to connect to their calves. It's a joke. Anyway, guys, I hope this workout has been interesting. It took a lot of energy out of me to do all of this shit, and especially these calf raises. I went home and came back. I'm like, I'm not even doing them right away. I'm gonna do them later. So like, I'm glad to not do these anymore. It's like, that's 200 pounds, by the way, on a calf raise. It's kind of tiresome, and then I had to do one leg at a time on that stupid thing. Yeah, I was not looking forward to these. I don't like the single leg version especially, but I'm done with that. It's finished. I don't have to do that bullshit. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. See you later. Talk to you next time.